So I've done a ton of videos where I tell you guys the best troop combination for blank blank blank. So today I'm gonna try to do that with the cryo crab, but of course it varies with level, so it's gonna be like a low to mid level mega crab guide. And I know it's the cryo crab currently, but it really doesn't matter. It kind of goes for all mega crabs because they're very, very similar. Also, before we start, the Warships Season 19 is starting very, very soon, and I'm going to be starting at pretty much the lowest you possibly can. If you guys want to join our competition, our Discord server is down below. You'll be a few hours into the Warship season, so you have to join as soon as you see this video. And you guys can compete against Jimmy and I, and we might do some rewards at the end. So go join our Discord server. We have instructions posted there. But let's jump into Mega Crab. So I'm gonna start out, first of all, we gotta boost up resource reward. That's like the biggest thing. Boost up resource reward when you attack Mega Crab. I'm not gonna really use anything else. I was tempted to use warriors just to burn through some bases quick here. So we can bar down some of these stages. And if we can't defeat a stage, we're not using like tanks or anything at the moment. So we could just drop our troops that don't require energy to land. That was kind of a choke by my part, not dropping them first and then barding out the core. So when you're attacking Mega Crab as a low level, your goal isn't really statues. Of course you can push for statues, that's a fun thing to do, but typically it's just to get loot because you're low on loot or something. So with that in mind, you want to use a troop combination that you can attack stage over stage without losing any troops. Main goal of Mega Crab is to try to get as far as you can, as fast as you can, in my opinion. There's some people that take it very, very seriously. I'm not one of those people. I attack Mega Crab for the loot and for the trophies, and either of those scenarios, you want to try to defeat bases as fast as possible. And you can do that if you don't have this in training by not losing troops. And if you have this in training, it doesn't really matter. You just want to defeat bases fast. I have missing training, so I'm using hookah to start. Eventually, I am going to go to tanks, just because tanks are just superior when it comes to Mega Crabs. We're just going to drop a cryo bomb. That's going to activate a few of these, and then we'll be able to... Oh, wait. Here we go. Okay. We're going to blow up these, and then we're going to drop our troop. And we're just going to take down the sniper tower so my troops don't all, like, walk in one direction, and take down the mortar also, just so they spread out a little more. It's kind of annoying when you're not a high level, when you actually have to like drop your troops instead of barding down the core. This is typically like the type of base you just bark down the core on when you're a higher level, but when you're a low level, you don't have the option to do that, so you kind of just have to drop your troops and watch them go. So again, what I was saying, if you're like a lowish to mid-level player, the best troop combination you can use for Mega Crab, if you don't have instant training, is tanks, because tanks just have so much HP. They're very, very strong, and you can honestly do so much with tanks. Now, if you have instant training, I would suggest doing some stages with hookah until you can't really get anywhere, until you lose a lot of your troops, just because hookah just destroys bases way faster. Also, if you're a low level and you only have like 2 or 3 tanks total, you might want to consider just using hookah instead of tanks. But the layout of the crab base should probably be determining what troops you use if you're that low. For me, the layout doesn't really matter. I tried on my main, even when I was a high level, I tried looking at a base and saying, okay, this base had a lot of X and X or Y and Y. I'm going to use this troop, and it's never really worked. I mean, there are some very obvious bases that a certain troop combination just clearly works better. But a majority of bases, the majority of bases I would say, if I just bring tanks and bullet, it's a super strong combination. And when you're a low level, you don't have bullet, just bring tanks and Everspark, or tanks and Dr. Kavan. They work pretty much the same. Bullet is just a little bit better than those. But, I mean, still, they work pretty much the same. So that's kind of what I would have to say about what troops you want to use. Just try to, if you're a super low level, like you just unlocked Mega Crab, you might have to look at the base to decide if you want to use tanks or if you want to use something like Ruka or Hookah. If there's like a ton of cannons and boom cannons, you probably want to use Ruka. If there's like a ton of splash damage like machine guns and flamethrowers, you'll probably want to use tanks. So that's just something to keep in mind. And then also, of course, instant training, like I mentioned, it does play a factor into what troops you want to use. So those things out of the way, how to attack the bases very much depends. Now, my current level is way over the capacity for these bases. Like, I'm able just to breeze through these bases, so it's really not a big deal for me. But if you're a lower level, obviously you'll struggle with these bases. This might be like your hardest base you've come across and the last one you attack. So you kind of just have to drop your troops and try to clear side. That's one thing I really noticed in Megacrab, even at a high level. Like, high level players know this. Your goal is to like clear a side of the base because damage is persistent. Clear a side of the base and then hit the core on this like weird angle just so your Zookas or something are out of range of the cannons or something. So look at the base and try to see a path that you might be able to exploit. And if you can do that, that's really cool, and you should definitely take advantage of that. So if I look at this base, for example, it's a little difficult because if you don't have smoke yet and you come across a base like this, it's gonna be kind of hard to attack, because if I did have smoke, I would try, I don't know if I would avoid those. I'd probably spend an attack to take those out with Ruka, Riflemen, and Zookas, or even all Zookas. Just because it's a bunch of cannons. You don't want to bring heavies. Of course, I'm a higher level than the point where you wouldn't want to bring heavies. So it doesn't really matter. And then I would try to like flank and park right up here next to this core. I take down these defenses. You probably wouldn't be able to take them out with energy. I am able to just because, again, I'm a higher level than the space requires. And then park right up here, right under the core to take it out. So it's all about finding that park angle. And honestly, that just goes for high level bases in general. If you're attacking a high level base, whether it be high level player base, Megacrab or Gearheart, or even an operation base, it's usually try to get a certain angle to take down the base. That's what it comes down to. So when I'm looking at this base, I'm going to pretend all of these defenses are high leveled, just so I can give you guys what I see in this space. I'm bringing heavies and Zookas. So if I go from this side, I'm coming across a couple sniper towers, which do hurt heavies. But if I come from this side, I'm coming across machine guns and mortars, which are splash damage. But I don't like mortars because whenever I bring hookah, the mortars fire when my heavies are moving and it kills my Zookas. So I'm actually going to go from this side over here. I'm just going to drop all of my troops. There's this cryo bomb here. I'm gonna take it out, which is gonna destroy a bunch of mines in the area, and now I have a bunch of free critters I can unleash at any time. So I'm just gonna pause for that. I'm gonna drop a cryo bomb on the mines. You might not have a cryo bomb to clear mines for you. You might be on a different Megacrab than me, so just use a barrage or something to take down the mines. Again, I'm trying to find a parking angle, and we're gonna park like right here. I don't have to flare, again, because I'm higher leveled, but if you were a lower level attacking the space, you'd want to park right up here and like flare to this flare. So that's kind of what I see in bases. I'm sorry I'm not like a higher level of Megacrab base yet. I'm only on stage 8 and I'm a level 42. Yeah, 42. So let's jump in to the next base. If we take this base down, we get the stone statue, which is going to be pretty sweet. So cryo bombs need to be taken out. We're just going to take out a few of them. It hurts when I don't have critters. I typically would just drop critters to help me take them out, but we don't have that. So we're going to drop my troops. We're going to space them out. For this kind of base design, it's typically better just to walk through the base. When it's a long rectangle, I typically would just walk through the base. Any other Megacrab base design that are seen in lower level bases, I'd probably just try to find or clear side and find a parking spot. Okay, we're gonna take down this cryo bomb, and we're actually gonna drop a cryo bomb to take down some of the mines in this area. I just don't want my Zookas hitting mines. You'll see here a couple aren't destroyed, so we're just gonna destroy them. That'll help us out, and kind of just gonna let my troops roam. I didn't even have to switch to tanks, which is nice because tanks would be super annoying because they're so freaking slow. But again, tanks are probably the best overall Mega Crab troop, and the troop I would recommend if you can have like 4+ tanks in a boat, especially if you have bullet. If you have bullet energy drink, just bring tanks. Tanks are gonna be your best troop, and don't even bother with medics. Just bring all tanks and bullet energy drink, and that's gonna be by far the best troop. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. To end off this video, I'm gonna place down my newly gained trophy. It is somewhere. Oh, and I'm not supporting code Cosmic, so enter code Cosmic in the shop. Just Cosmic, not code Cosmic. And where was it? Where's my decorations? Oh, it's in here. Okay, decorations. Oh, I have a ton of decorations, but I'm just gonna drop down the stone cryo statue. Look at that, just a stone snowflake. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like as always, and I'll talk to you guys in the next Boom Beach video. Bye guys.